Hey YouTube, what's going on, guys? How do I start off every single video? I started off with, what's going on, guys? Josh here from Momentum Productions. I just got out of the shower and now I'm doing a live filmmaking Q&A for you guys. So, how is everyone doing today? Yes, it's been such a busy couple of weeks for me. That's why I've reduced the live streams to only once a week now. I'm trying to get on as much as I can. However, if you're not seeing as much as me as you would like, reach out to me on Instagram. Throw me a direct message on Instagram, Momentum_Productions. You can contact me personally there. Like, it's basically texting. You basically have my phone number if you go on my Instagram. So just go ahead, send me a DM on Instagram, and we can connect right away. All right, but if I'm a little bit late to reply to your messages, don't worry. I will read them. I read all of my messages on Instagram and I read all of my emails. But if I do somehow miss it and I don't get back to you in about a day or two, email me again. Don't quit until you get a response from me. Okay, I'm telling you that right now. So keep emailing me until you get a response. All right. Don't be shy. I don't personally, and neither should you. Raja is asking for my email. All right, Raja, I'll send you my email right now. info@capturethemomentum.com. All right, what's up, Simon? What's up, Ben Kaku? I hope I'm saying your name right. Ben Kaku. Am I saying that right? Am I saying your name right? I hope I am. Yeah? Let me know. Simon says, finally a live stream that isn't in the middle of the night for us in Europe. Simon, what's up? What part of Europe are you from? What part of Europe are you from? Let me know. Anyway, today, guys, I just got contacted by Juwantech. For those of you who don't know Juwantech, they make the Crane gimbals. Currently, I have the Crane version 2. I got contacted by one of their marketing staff. They wanted me to review a GoPro gimbal, but I don't shoot with GoPro, so that's not going to work out, unfortunately. So I don't shoot with GoPros or GoPro stuff. Eventually, I will. I just haven't had like the biggest demand for it in the line of work that I do. So I don't really work with GoPro technology. I will eventually get a GoPro Fusion, which is a 360-degree GoPro camera. What's really interesting, though, is I'm trying to get Juwantech to send me the Crane 2. There have been a lot of issues with the Juwantech Crane 2. A lot of people paid $750 for it. They get the Crane 2, and it either doesn't stand up to their expectations, or there's features that just simply... Guys, the stream was acting up a little bit. Don't know. Alright, we should be back online. What's going on here? Are we back? Are we back? Are we without interruption now? Hopefully. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what was going on there. But anyway, it looks like we're back online. So, anyway, I want to talk to you guys about the Crane 2. So, for those of you who don't know the Crane 2, it's a brand new gimbal recently released by Juwantech. Juwantech is one of the leading manufacturers for camera gimbals. And a lot of people, I've been reading a lot of reviews on the Crane 2, and a lot of people are unhappy with it. Either they have issues that don't work, features that don't work, or just the Crane doesn't work at all, period. So I want to review the Crane 2 for myself, because you guys know me in my review videos. I really get down to the specifics. I go down to to the engineering standpoint to see if things were engineered properly. For example, I reviewed the FosseCam gimbal. I pointed out that there were loose wires inside the handle, so if you were to screw in an accessory, you might short out the gimbal. I mean, I point out straight out facts when it comes down to an engineering point of view. So you give me the Crane 2 gimbal, I'm going to review the hell out of it. I'm going to really get down to the specifics to make sure that my viewers and my subscribers and everybody who watches my videos gets the best bang for their buck when it comes down to filmmaking. I don't want you guys investing in crap equipment. That's not how I roll. So you are going to get the best equipment. I only review the best equipment, guys. And if I review something that's crap, I'm going to tell you it's crap. So take my word for it. I'm one of the most honest reviewers here on YouTube. I'll tell you if there are issues with a product, okay? Even if they pay me, even if they send me the gimbal for free, it doesn't matter. I still say my opinion and what I honestly think about the product. So don't think that my products are biased. They are not. Not one video of mine is biased, not even my drone videos. Each video, I've just, from my experience with that specific product, I gave you my opinion, okay? So I just wanted to lay that on you right there. Questions. Joust Mike says, hi Momentum Productions. This is an early live stream for people in Asia. Question, do you use CineStyle? If not, what setting do you prefer? Since CineStyle, we're talking about in the DJI app. Can you confirm that with me right now? Pratik de Rund, Crane 2 price. It is priced at, yeah, Sam is right. It's at $750 US right now. Sam says, I had the best gimbal video for the first generation Juin. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I don't give out BS reviews. I see a lot of YouTubers out there. I'm not going to name names. But because the product for free, they feel like they're obliged to say only good things about the gimbal. I will get down to like the dirty, gritty stuff. No product I have is perfect. You can spend $1 million on a product and you will still find issues with it. Like you'll spend $1 million on a Bugatti Veyron and find out that there's no cup holders inside. So like there's always issues with something. Even if it's a small issue, there's always issues on everything that you buy. And I'm here to point those out to you. So maybe it's a deal breaker for you, maybe it's not. I'll leave that up to you. But I do point out issues with all of my products that I own because no product is perfect. Okay. Patrick is asking, is the 5D Mark IV or Alpha A9 better for wedding when it comes down to cinematic quality? I had the 5D Mark II. I absolutely loved it. I sold it. How does the Mark IV compare to the Sony Alpha A9? Straight off the bat, I think the Alpha A9, which is the camera I also have right now, will be better because you can really rely on its autofocus. A wedding happens once in a lifetime. So what would happen if something that you shot that you thought was in focus wasn't in focus when you went to editing? I'll tell you right now, with the A9, I've shot some ridiculous stuff with my Sony A9. Not one picture was out of focus. Not one frame in any of my footage was out of focus. The A9 nails focus 110% of the time. My Sony A7S has struggled. My Sony A7R II also struggled, but was better than the A7S. But the Sony A9, oh man, that thing will nail focus all the time. Dirty Bishop is saying, how can I avoid that shutter effect at 60 frames per second? I understand doubling the frame rate rule, but it's always there, and for the first time I've watched cinema shots, and I guess I see it now. Now you're talking about the shutter effect. Are you talking about motion blur, or what are you talking about? I think you're talking about motion blur. You could also be talking about rolling shutter. There's not much you can do about rolling shutter. That actually comes down to the hardware of the camera. Not much you can do with the rolling shutter. But if you're talking about motion blur, you can do a lot with motion blur. Dirty Bishop is saying, just that I'd rather not see it in my real estate shots. I have the Crane 2 and the 5D Mark III and the 16 to 35. Dirty Bishop says 30 frames per second. Okay, so we have a lot of people coming. Okay, listen, guys, right now I want you to go on Instagram, add me on Instagram, and I want you to DM me with questions. So whenever I'm not on a live stream, I want you to DM me with questions. Follow me, of course. I won't be able to answer your questions if you're not following me on Instagram, so make sure you follow me. And basically, I'm giving you permission to DM me. This is like you having my phone number. So you DM me with questions on Instagram, and I'm going to reply to you personally. Okay, this is going right to my cell phone, so it's like having my phone number. So if you have any quick questions, if you're panicking on a shoot and you need some help, if I'm available, I'll reply ASAP. Okay, so keep that in mind. Save my Instagram account, Momentum_Productions, and you guys add me immediately. Okay. I only show this to my people on live streams. I only answer DMs to people who channel in onto my who log into my live stream. So keep that in mind. Okay. I was on a rant here. What was it now? Okay, so you're talking about shooting at 30 frames per second and shutter. Are you talking about Dirty Bishop? Are you talking about rolling shutter? So basically, when you pan the camera pretty fast, you see distorted images, distorted horizons, or distorted vertical poles, or something like that. Do you see like distortion when you do fast pans? Because if that's what you're talking about, like rolling shutter is a hardware thing. Like full frame cameras are going to have much more rolling shutter than cropped sensor cameras. So that's something you kind of got to live with. You can't really get rid of rolling shutter. It's built into the camera. However, technology is getting better, and rolling shutter is slowly getting better with full frame cameras. Joust Mike is asking if I shoot CineStyle with the DJI Mavic. I don't. I shoot in D-Log. I don't shoot in CineStyle. Philip Bloom actually recommends that you shoot in CineStyle, but I've had better results with D-Log. I feel like I get slightly better dynamic range, and I'm able to color my footage a lot better. So yeah, I use D-Log for my Mavic, and I actually made 2 videos on that on D-Log, I believe. So I want you to check out Joust. I want you to check out my videos in my video tab on my channel. I want you to look up all my DJI Mavic Pro videos. I talk about picture settings. I talk about slow motion. Watch those tutorial videos because I promise you, you're going to learn a lot from those videos. Kalous says, hey, teacher, nice to see you again. Nice to see you again too, my friend. Simon is asking, any thoughts of the new Sony a7R III? I think it's fantastic. I was a little bit disappointed, however, with you know, all these rumors were coming out saying that the Sony a7R III was going to have an 80 plus megapixel count for the sensor. I was a little disappointed that that didn't come out. However, who the hell needs 80 megapixels? Who the hell needs 40 megapixels? 20 megapixels and up, that's all you really need, in my opinion. Okay. So, my thoughts on the Sony a7R III. The biggest improvement I see is the performance of the autofocus. Low light seems like it hasn't changed, but performance of autofocus is a lot better. It's closer to the A9, a lot closer to the A9 than the a7R II. We also have faster processing. The buffer is quicker. The buffer can take in more images and shoot at 10 frames per second, double the frame rate that the a7R II was shooting at. Also in the a7R III, we have a longer battery life using a bigger battery. We have a thicker body, so it's a lot more comfortable to hold. It's actually almost the same exact body of my Sony a9. However, on the Sony a9, we have an autofocus and manual focus dial on the left side of the body. However, the a7R III, for some reason, doesn't have that. And I hate it because my GH4 has that. My GH4 has a switch on the body that switches it into manual focus. Why didn't they put that on the Sony Alpha 7R III? Why didn't they do that? That's what's mind-boggling to me, because I love having that autofocus to manual focus switch, and I like having those different, you know, dials. I love dials on a camera. I love buttons on a camera. The more buttons I have, the happier I am. That way I can quick functions. So They did add some more improvements with the buttons. They made it more ergonomic. That I really liked with the Sony a7R III. They definitely improved on some of the buttons. However, they are missing some key features that I wish they included from the A9. I've yet to get my hands on the Sony a7R III, and I promise you I will in the future. Will I buy it for myself? No, because I recently upgraded from the Sony a7R II to the Sony a9. So I'm done buying cameras for a while, guys. And I don't even think I'm going to buy the new iPhone 10, to be honest. It's just the facial recognition is kind of a gimmick, in my opinion. Okay. Dirty Bishop was saying that no, you were not referring, that he was not referring to rolling shutter. So Dirty Bishop, you're referring to motion blur. I hope I have that, motion blur. So you see blurry images when you pan fast. Can you confirm with me on that? Once I get your confirmation, we'll talk more about that. Oryx says, hello, I take videography as a hobby. Would you suggest a stabilizer costs less than the Crane for a6500 camera while traveling? Yeah, Juentech also creates the Crane M, which is around $400, I believe. It's about in the regular Crane. And Feiyutech also does something similar for lighter cameras. So make sure you check out Feiyutech as well. Do I have those gimbals? No, so I don't know which one performs better. However, I will be releasing a ton of new content in the next coming weeks comparing all of the gimbals I own to the Zhiyun Crane version 2, since that is the standard. So wait for those videos. They are coming out soon. You're going to see a lot of gimbals being compared with the Zhiyun Crane version 2 because, as I said, it's the new standard. And Christmas is coming up. New Year's is coming up. People are going to want to spend a lot of money on some new camera equipment. So stay tuned for that. What first place lens do you recommend for my Sony a6500? Automotive, videography, photography. I have the 16-50 kit lens currently. I've been racking my brain. Okay, so it all depends on when do you want to use autofocus? Do you not care about autofocus? If autofocus is a big deal to you, let me know. Oryx, I'm using a Crane 1 version 2 for my a6500. Works really sweet. Yeah, I still use my Crane 2. I love it. I love it. Still has the best battery life. It has the worst payload, but it has the best battery life. Any more questions, guys? We had some really good thoughts coming in here. So I'm pretty happy about that. All right, so okay, Sam, excuse me. Yes, autofocus is important. So you're going to have to stick with native lenses. So you're going to be talking about Sony G Masters, you're going to be talking about Sony Zeiss lenses. So you're going to stick to those lenses. I wouldn't go off native lenses. So you're going to stick with Sony branded lenses. So in my opinion, because the a6500 is a crop sensor camera, I would want to get a lens with a larger aperture opening. So maybe a 2.8. Since you're shooting on a crop sensor camera, I want a wider lens, something like maybe a 12. I don't know what zooms they have that have the 12 in there. I think they have a 12 to 24, something like that. That would probably be a beneficial lens for you. 12 to be your wide angle, or yeah, semi-wide angle, and then you have a little bit of that zoom in there. Also, prime lenses are even faster, so you get a nice 50 prime on a crop sensor camera. That's going to be what, a 75 mil, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's going to be a 70. So a 50 mil lens on a crop sensor camera is going to be 75 mil. So maybe get like a 35 mil with a 1.8, 1.6 aperture from Zeiss or Sony. Those are native lenses, so they're going to be focusing very well and communicating with the camera very well. But it's pricey. It's expensive. But you're getting quality with that. You're going to get a shallow depth of field. You're going to get nice bokeh, nice blurry backgrounds, very cinematic looks. Simon Gavelin is asking, any tips on how to get new video clients? Yes, check out my videos, my friend. I explored all of these. I've talked about these topics in my videos. How to get clients, how to do all of that stuff. Very important. It's a process that deals with, I'll tell you right now, this is the biggest secret I'm about to reveal to you, Simon, and that is consistency and persistence, okay? I'm going to drop some wisdom on you. This is probably the best thing I've ever learned as a business owner and entrepreneur, and that is persistence is key. Persistence is key. If you think you're a crap videographer, doesn't matter. Persist. As long as you keep pushing, push yourself as much as you can, you will automatically get better. You will automatically get better. So the same thing applies to finding new clients, right? So let's say you want to work with some model off of Instagram. You want to be her photographer. Find a way to contact her through email or her agent through email. Write them a nice email. You're probably not going to work for them for pay for the first job. You want to prove to them that you're worthy of them, that you're worthy to work with them. So you're going to offer your first job for free. Okay, that's how you scoop them. That's how you grab their attention. And you do a kick-ass job on the first project with them, they're immediately going to want to hire you. I'll give you an example of who this person was in my life. Paige Hathaway. I worked with Paige Hathaway for a few months in 2015. She was one of my biggest clients in the beginning of my filmmaking career. Go on Facebook. She has like over 5.5 million followers on Facebook, over 100,000 people on YouTube, okay? How did I reach out to her? I emailed her. I said, hey, Paige, I'm a big fan of your work. I love the videos you're posting. Let's get together. I want to show you what I can do. I'm not going to charge you for our first couple projects. She loved the work I did for her. Her agent said, okay, Josh, let's put you on a payroll. So the whole point is maybe persistence wasn't so clearly like brought up in that example, but if you reach out to a client and they don't reply, reach out to them again. I'll give you another example. Tai Lopez, right? All of you know Tai Lopez. I hope you do. If you're a YouTube watcher like I am, you'll see Tai Lopez ads come up. He's selling like the lifestyle, how to make money being an entrepreneur. He sells all these life coaching programs. And I wanted to work with him as an intern. I wanted to be an intern for him. And I constantly emailed him, never got a response. I kept emailing him, never got a response. I emailed him probably once every week, and I wouldn't get a response from him directly. And I told myself, I programmed in my brain, I said, I will not stop emailing Tai Lopez until I have him reply to me. And by him, I mean him, not his secretary, not his assistants. I want Tai himself to email me back. And you know what? Within about a month and a half, I got him to reply to my emails. Long story short, I didn't end up interning for him, but that's not the point. The point is that I got him to reply to my email. And that's exactly what you want. And I'm going to say it for the rest of my life, do not stay silent. Do not stay silent. Don't let your clients stay silent. Agitate them to the point where they reply to you. But take my words with a grain of salt when I say agitate. When I say agitate, I'm using that word to show you how to program your client, how to program them, how to hook them. It's all to do with neuro-linguistic programming. You can use NLP and a form of hypnosis to somewhat brainwash the client and force them to respond to you. That's what you need to do. Every single person who I've wanted to work with, who I've emailed, has given me a response. I have 100% response rate on all of my emails. All of them. But I worked at it. I had to persist with my emails. I had to constantly reach out to them because there were times, weeks, months when I didn't hear back from them. So I kept on emailing them until I got a response. That's what you want. You get the response. That's all you really need. Because even if they reject your proposal to work with them, they're going to keep you in the back of their mind because they kept seeing your emails pop up. That's a form of brainwash. And don't think that brainwash is negative. It's actually a positive thing in this scenario because they're going to keep you in the back of their mind. Boom. I hope you took down some notes because that's a really big secret I have, and that's what I've used to get a lot of my clients. I've worked a lot with a lot of celebrities, guys. If you check out my website, capturethemomentum.com, and I think it's /clients, you will see that I've worked with a ton of celebrities. Some celebrities that I'm working with right now I cannot disclose simply because I signed non-disclosure agreements with them, but the ones that I could disclose, I put on my website. So check it out. Those clients, I reached out to them. Every single one of those clients that is on my website, I reached out to. They didn't find me, I found them. So keep that in mind. And that's going to help you in life, not just with business. Woo! That was good. That was good, huh? I got all heated. That's something, guys, they will not teach you in school. This is something I learned the hard way. I learned this on the streets. I did not learn this in any school, and they will not teach people how to do this in school. I'm currently in school. I'm learning communication because I want to be able to get a degree in public speaking. That's what I want to do. I want to get better at public speaking and stuff like that. So I'm going to school for that right now currently. And I have to say I'm extremely disappointed with how they're teaching people like me, or it doesn't matter what age group you're in. As long as you're going to school, I'm just not happy with the way they're teaching people. They're teaching people to be silent. I'm a communications major, and they're teaching me how to be silent. They're not teaching me how to speak up. So that's just something they don't teach you in school, and it just sucks, okay? So remember that. You have a voice, use it. I hope we're back. I don't know what's going on. YouTube is very glitchy with their live streams. But yeah, we're back.